Hey guys, welcome to another remodel. We are in another remodel. Keep watching, keep watching. Welcome back to another video, guys. This is your host, Junior Garcia from the Carpenter's Touch. And today, Happy New Year's, right? We want to take the time and say Happy New Year's to you guys. This is our first podcast of the year. Why did I want to bring a special guest in here? Was because I wanted to kind of start out the year because most people that I know are buying homes. A lot of people are buying homes, and the first thing that they get into, home buyers, they want to get a real estate agent. Right? They generally they get a mortgage guy, get pre-approved. After they get pre-approved, and they get a real estate agent and stuff like that. And then they come to the home inspection. So I wanted to bring Angel from HomeQuest Home Improvements, right? Home inspections. Mm-hmm. He's out in central New Jersey, right? Central New Jersey. Yep. He's been in business over 20 years, right?
Yes.
And I wanted to bring somebody in that can help us and help you guys. If you're buying a home, what should you do in the inspection, portion of that, time that you're going to go. So I want to take this time and introduce Angel. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Angel.
First of all, I want to thank you for letting me, for this opportunity,
right,
to be here today with you. I've been following you for, a couple of months, I would say, a couple of months now.
Wait, are you following me to my house? Wait, what's going on? Is that just creepy? Where are you following me at? Wait. Hey, you following me to work?
And Instagram,
on Instagram,
Carpenter's Touch.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
Yes, I've been learning a lot from you too.
Thanks.
Yeah, very informative. Videos that you upload, very nice. Right. And I'm. Thank you for you invited me to your podcast.
Yeah, definitely. So I wanted to bring somebody in, because everybody knows me. I'm down to earth. I don't project myself to be some guy like up here or somebody down there, but somebody in the middle that I can identify with a lot of situations that are happening in the construction era, in this construction field that we're going through. And there is definitely a lot of errors that are going on, right? And a lot of things that are happening even in the home inspection area, right? Because people are buying homes, and then remember when it was COVID, everybody's doing home inspections.
Yep.
And they were signing off on the home inspection.
Right.
Guys, they're like, right? They're like, no, we clear and pass, no home inspection.
Yes.
It was crazy.
That was crazy.
And then after everybody came out of COVID, they found out all these, they had structural damage, they had flood issues, they had to repair their roof, and then they had to absorb that type of damage and that type of cost, really a loss to those people, but because they wanted that house and they thought the house on the outside was beautiful, but on the inside it was not, right? And so that's why I want to kind of bring you in, because January 2024, people are getting to buy. They're ready to buy houses. They're waiting for that 7% to come down all the way to 6%, and they're crazy, right?
Yes.
So generally, how many home inspections first? How many home inspections roughly do you do? 20, 30 a year, 40, 50? Do you do a lot, or 100?
Yeah, so far last year we did around 475 inspections.
That's a lot of homes, So definitely a lot of things you've seen, right?
Yes,
a lot of crazy things.
Yep.
So I wanted to go through, for the person that's the home buyer, right? And what do they expect from your company, right? Angel, they call you up. Angel, I need a home inspector. Go through the process of home inspection for us.
Well, when somebody call us to schedule a home inspection, they usually think that it will be something quick, that it will be something like 30 minutes inspection. Most of the first-time buyers, they don't know. So we have to educate them and tell them, what we do at the time of the inspection. So when somebody called to schedule the home inspection, we educate them and tell them what we're going to do. We tell them that this is not like a quick home inspection, 30, 45 minutes inspection. Like years ago when I bought my house in year 2000.
Right.
it was 15 minutes inspection.
It's good. Buy it. You can buy this house. It's a good house.
Yeah. So we tell them, all the process that we start the inspection on the exterior, checking all the exteriors, the siding, the trims, the grounds, the roof, the electricity outside, any water connections outside, if it has a detached or attached garage. So after that, we tell them, that we're going to inspect also the whole electrical system, plumbing system, heating system. If there's any access to the attic, we'll go in there to check the insulation, ventilation, and then to the basement area, all the areas of the basement, including any wood-destroying insects. And are there other optional inspections that they may want? So we explain to them that we also offer radon test, sewer scopes, mold inspections, lead dust, and things like that.
Dust. So what do you mean? So you take a sample of the air?
Yeah. Well, in this case, will be swabs.
Swabs.
Yeah,
okay.
swab with
for lead.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then one of the things that happened to a friend of mine this was back in the days. Don't forget, guys, I'm still 21 years old. I'm 21 forever. I never passed 22 years old. So years ago, my friend bought a house, and he bought a house in North New Jersey. He bought the house. They did a home inspection. When they did the home inspection, they were about to close. They were about to close and everything. And when they were about to close, it came up that they had a tank. They had a tank. And so a lot of people don't know, there's an oil tank inside your ground, and they would fill it in with oil, and it would give the oil would produce the energy for the boiler. So when they converted to gas, that boiler, they converted into gas. They never took out the tank. And what happened was that when they were about to close, they wanted to charge him about $4,000 or something to remove it. And then, so they say we agree on it. And when they agree, I'm talking about you're at that closing. So they had to push the closing 2 more weeks down, get somebody to remove the tank. And then you know what happened? They found that the soil was contaminated. Mm-hmm. They had to call EPA. They had to close the contract. It says the contract is canceled, and they couldn't buy the house. Thank God it happened. But a lot of people buy homes with tanks, right? Yes. Have you gone through that?
Yes, we do tanks. We offer that service too. We also offer the GPR service.
So what is GPR service?
GPR is a more complex machine that scans the ground. Okay. So, most people use the wand, the yellow wand.
Yes, I've seen them. Yeah.
Well, that one will detect any metal object in the ground.
Right.
And usually you can scan the measurement of that metal that you see in there. But with the GPR is a graphical. You will see on a screen how deep is that and what is the shape of the metal that is in there.
So basically it's an X-ray. It's an X-ray, right?
Basically, yes.
So any crazy things have you seen? Anything that, because you've been doing this over 20 years, right?
Yes.
So I've seen a couple of crazy things, but I think I want to hear from Angel's. His stories will probably be better. So anything that you've seen in your inspections?
I mean, most of the major concerns during the home inspection will be cracks on foundation walls.
Okay.
Cracks on foundation walls. Usually vertical cracks are no so serious. I mean, any crack is a sign of structural movement. But when you have a horizontal crack that is pushing that foundation wall.
So not a vertical, a horizontal crack.
Yes.
So that's worse, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's worse because that means that ground and that water concentration outside of the house is pushing that foundation wall inside. Inside, yes. And then sometimes it depends how big is the crack, how thick is the crack. I'm seeing crazy things. That's why usually I always start on the exterior, the inspection, because the exterior will tell me, and I will have a good, a better idea what is going on in the house.
Right.
And I usually most of the time I will say 7, 8 out of 10 houses, the grading is not correct.
That's right. And that's why they get flooded. Or like when I purchased my home, the sub pump. The only thing, like, I was not gonna at that time. It was a bidding war. We was going through a bidding war when I bought my house, and when I bought my house, we was going and we just losing one house, two house, three house, and the guy was like, "This is the offering." I went into a house, 1980s inside, and I said, "I know I got to do the kitchen, I got to do the bathrooms, I got to do upstairs, I got to do the bedrooms, I got to do everything, right?" I'm okay. I can do it because I'm a carpenter, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna give him what he wants, and then I'm also gave him a nice letter saying I want to make it my house, your house, and he gave me the house. The only thing I told him, I'm not gonna fight him on nothing. The only thing I fought him was on the sub pump. Sub pump was a guy charged them like $400, $500. They put in a brand new sub pump. They cleaned it all out and everything, and they made it right. But everything else, I didn't fight him on, because we do have a little small river in my backyard, and we do get a lot of water that comes in, and that's always the danger part for me, because if you get water in your house, you can get flooded and a lot of damages. So anything on your part, anything, have you bumped into termites, right? Because that's like a weird, termites, you get to see them. I get to see them when I remove the siding, right? But do you get to see them before, or?
Yeah, I mean, I seen a lot of concerns with termites, and usually you have these houses on a slab.
Yes.
That the siding is all the way to the ground.
Right.
Or sometimes the ground is above the edge, the lower edge of the siding.
Right.
That house will have termites.
Termites.
I have a call from a client on Manalapan, which tell me that they found signs of termites in the living room months after the inspection.
Right.
So I went to the house. Let me go to the house. Let me check. Because they call somebody else,
right?
And they say, "Oh, those are termites."
Yes.
Your home inspector should have
pick that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? Okay, so they called me. I went to the house and I checked my report. It was a slab house. On my report, exactly on that wall, with pictures and everything on the report, I put on the report that the ground was above the siding, and there's a big potential of termites or any wood-destroying insects going up behind the siding into the wall,
right,
and cause damage. And exactly that's what happened.
I always like to, the purpose for the video is, right, and the podcast is really to kind of educate the home buyers, because first-time home buyers, they're very nervous, and everything is wrong. If there's a little small crack, there's gonna be like cosmetic things when you buy a house that you're gonna have to take care of. It's very simple stuff,
yes,
spackling and painting, but there's a lot of stuff that they overlook. Because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the biggest problem that a home buyer has is they're buying through emotions.
Exactly.
And they're buying through emotion, and you have to have somebody, whether the husband or the wife, to have a clarity of mind to say, if you're gonna be the promotion, I'm gonna be the person that's gonna have the common sense and see if this is gonna work out for us. Because there's a lot of basements and a lot of structural damage that people will inherit. And they'll take on and they'll take it. I went to a home inspection. Home inspector picked it out. He says, right here, this beam. I was there with the real estate agent. I was there just to do the roof and the siding. But she called me down because, I'm a carpenter. I change beams and stuff. And she says, Junior, I said, yeah, it's bad. This beam has to be changed. Give me a price. I gave her a price to change the beam. They went along with that house. And I went afterwards and I changed the beam for them. But there's other structural damages that people will inherit and they will overlook. So I strongly suggest get somebody in the industry that will inspect everything right. So electrical. What can you tell me about electrical? Because there's a lot of old breaker boxes, right?
Yep.
So
Federal Pacifics.
What's it called?
Federal Pacific. Have you seen them?
I got one right here in our office. I told the homeowner, I've been in this office. Thank God I've been in this office. 8 years. We're actually going to be moving, right? We're going to be moving soon. But I told the landlord, I said, listen, this is a fire hazard, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
And it's discontinued and stuff like that.
Yes, it is continue. I mean, every time we see one, we automatically recommend replacement. Right? Yeah, replacement. Replace it. Yeah, there are some other brands like Bulldog, ITE, Pushmatics.
Okay.
Mostly on the South Jersey, for like Hamilton and down, there are a lot of Pushmatics, Bulldogs that has all.
What about the fuses? Remember back in the days, in the 70s and 80s, and they used to put the fuses and they would turn it. Those are the old. They still use them. I see homes.
Yeah, they still use it. Believe it or not, most of them are safe. Up to a grade, they are safe. The problem with that is the people trying to, when they don't find a fuse, they will use like a penny, things like that, and they put it on and put it back to continue, and that's the danger.
That's a fire hazard.
Yes,
right.
That's the danger.
So I've seen it before where the plumbing, it's not really the regular plumbing. It's the plumbing that if your house is here, it ends up to the main street, and that is where everything it clogs up and it backs up everything. Do you do camera?
Yes.
So tell me how. What do you guys do?
Yeah, on sewer scopes, the most problem we see. I mean, cast iron pipes has the typical corrosion. Deterioration over the years.
Right.
We create deterioration due to corrosion building up inside the pipe. But most of the time, the water is flowing properly. So there's a point that it's not recommended anymore to use any hygienic paper, toilet paper anymore.
Right.
And I explained to them at the time of doing the inspection, and I showed to them on the video camera how the pipe is at that time. The scaling and jetting will help with that.
Yes, right.
So most of the time I recommend that.
And that's expensive, isn't it? It's up there.
Yeah.
Because I had a client of mine that they jetted the pipes to clean it out, but it's expensive.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly it's less expensive than replacing the pipe.
Right.
So that's a way to do a maintenance to a pipe like that. The most concerns on sewer pipes are the clay pipes.
Clay.
Those are
old.
And I see them every week.
Yeah.
I see them every week. Sometimes a combination of cast iron with clay. The problem with the clay is that they are like 2-3 feet long, and the joints are always disconnected. And then on that disconnection there, that separation, that's where the roots go inside.
Oh.
A lot of roots going into the clay pipes.
What do you think? What do you think is changing? How much would it cost from the house all the way to the sewer if, let's say, a contractor would have to change that into a PVC, maybe 4-inch pipe or whatever they're using now, or a 5-inch pipe? How much would a contractor charge?
I've seen quotes of about $8,000 to $10,000.
Wow, 8 to 10. That sounds cheap. Believe it or not, depending on how long.
Depending on how long
it is, right? The span.
How long.
Yeah. So the other thing is, because when you inspect a home, you find critters, right? You find animals, you find raccoons, you find bats, you find a lot of other animals, generally squirrels, right? So do you find that a lot, or what
I saw skunk. I found a skunk in a crawl's face. And
Sammy the skunk, baby.
I smell it, and I saw his bright eyes looking at me. Yeah. And I said, no way. That's it.
Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Yo, my name's Sammy. You better get out of here.
Yep. So, and in Kingsburg, 2 times.
Okay.
Snakes.
Oh.
Snakes, yeah, in Kingsburg.
Oh, so that's crazy. That
time I ran. Yes.
When you're about to buy a house, the home inspector says, have you ever told any of your clients that don't buy it? Because they, after the home inspector, they sit down with you and they say, hey, listen, Angel, what do you think? What do you think, Angel? Just give me the whole, because they always tell me the same thing. How's the roof? How's the siding? What do you think about the windows? Tell me. I said, I'm going to send you the report. No, I need to know now. What are the 3 main flags that you get in telling the client don't buy this house, right?
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
buy it. Don't buy it. You know,
Communication on home inspection business is critical.
Right.
You know, these people is coming with that, as you said before, this emotion of this house that he's been looking all around, and suddenly he likes this house.
I want it. I want the
You know,
house.
he want it, and you know, when there's little concerns here and there, I explain to them. You know, I'm not there to kill any deal. You know, I explain to them the big issues, the not so big issues that can be resolved. You know, but we always concentrate on the major concerns.
So there's three main flags. What are
Major
they?
concerns, and I don't usually tell them, you know, at the end of the inspection, don't buy this house. I usually, sometimes a lot of people ask me that question.
They pressure you.
Yeah,
They do it. They do
people.
it all the time.
If you or me, will you buy this house?
Yes.
Oh my!
If this is
God.
your house, would you buy this? I hate that. Would you change this roof if it was your roof?
Exactly. You know, and I'm like, wow, what can I tell them? You know, look at this is a major concern. I tell them just the facts. I won't tell you I'm not going to buy or I will buy this house. Look at the facts of the condition that I'm telling you here that is going to be on the report, and you make an informed decision. Now that you know the facts, for example, a roof.
Right.
A roof. I mean, it's costly. If a roof is shot, you know, a lot of missing shingles or already burnt shingles with 2 layers. I mean, that roof needs to be replaced.
Shakes.
Yeah, it needs to be replaced.
Yeah, an average roof is going to cost you $15 to $20. If it's a bigger house, $25,000. And then after you buy the house, then you just like, I'll take care of it. And then it starts leaking, and then they have to pay that. And then generally most people will do is they'll finance that project, you know. It's hard, you know what I'm saying? But so main red flag for you to tell, has anybody told you, Angel, just tell me now. Look at me, Angel. Look at my face. Tell me right now, should I buy this house? You know, has anybody told you like?
Yes,
yeah, right?
yes. I have. Yeah, many people asking me that question.
Right.
Yeah. Red flags. I mean, horizontal cracks on a foundation wall.
Okay, horizontal cracks would be definitely a red flag.
Yes, I mean, when we see a major horizontal cracks, automatically I tell them this is going to be on the report, and you need engineer or licensed structural contractor to further evaluate this crack and how to either reinforce or replace the wall.
I remember, and you know something, there was a house that I went to. They had the same problem, right? They had the same problem. They had a horizontal crack, and what they did was this: they built another wall on the inside of it with cinder blocks. Because when I went inside, I told the homeowner, I said, wait, hold up. I just measured the outside. The outside is about 35 feet from outside to outside. So on the inside, it'll be 33 feet. Why is this here 27 feet or 20? Because we did another wall, and that's what happened. And they cheap it out, but that's the way that some people will do it instead of trying to really. I said, you're not scared that wall is going to break, because that wall will eventually cave in. He goes, no, I built that wall here to hold that. So, but that's definitely for me.
Because if the cost of why the wall moved is not fixed, the zero grading, it will still creating the same, you know, pushing.
It'll still keep pushing that wall.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. For me, it's always water, right? Whether it's rainwater or the water that comes around the foundation that pushes against the foundation. And a lot of people should definitely, it's simple stuff. Clean the gutters. Like when I do a roof inspection, I take a picture of the gutters. The gutters are clogged, guys. Got to get those clean, because it'll clog it up, and then it'll back it up, and it'll get behind the fascia, and so forth and so forth.
Exactly.
But if you have a drainage system for your leaders going down or your downspouts to the outside,
to the exterior,
or a dry well, right? It'll definitely work out, you know.
Or at least far from the foundation.
Yep.
Other things, a red flag will be any structural movements on the main supports, the columns. I see many houses using these adjustable lolly columns with the screws.
I've seen those.
The thin ones.
I've seen those. They just turn them, and they just leave them there.
Without any base.
Yeah. It's no footings.
No footings.
No nothing. It's a temporary.
That's what it's called.
It's a temporary. It's a temporary permanent. That's all it is. It's nothing big, But I've seen, what I've seen a lot? When you're walking the floor and the floor is going sideways, and you're like, wait, what? And you're like, wait, I feel dizzy. Wait, what's going on, guys? And then it's a structural. That there's something that moved down.
That's it. Because the last thing I do is the basement.
Okay.
That's the last thing I do.
That's the last thing you do.
Yeah.
You do the outside?
I do the outside. I do the first floor. It has 2 floors. The second floor, the attic. The last thing is the basement.
Got it.
And by walking on the first floor, second floors, looking at the headers of the doors.
Right. The doors don't close right. Like they don't close right. Wait, why is this twisted? And then they cut the top of the actual door to angle how the trim is. So you're the floors.
So I'm already creating a picture and putting everything together like a puzzle.
Right.
Okay, something's happening in that basement.
Yeah.
So, most of the time, yeah, exactly. There's something related to
So
that.
how many employees do you have, Angel? You've been in business 20 years. You've seen so many houses. So 20 times, let's say just a round number, 20 times 100. I'm just throwing out regular numbers because last year he did 400 homes, right? Just to be conservative, you've seen a lot of homes now.
Yeah, so far it's about 6,000. I forgot, about 6,400 something
homes
inspected. Yeah, inspected house.
That's a lot. So
we have two other inspectors.
You have 2 other inspectors.
Mm-hmm. Both are Latinos,
right?
And they are bilingual too.
They're bilingual. They speak English and Spanish. So where are you on Instagram? What is your Instagram handle? HomeQuest.
HomeQuest, just like that.
Just like that, HomeQuest. Yeah. So you can follow him on HomeQuest. You can also follow me on Carpenter's Touch.
Underscore HomeQuest.
Underscore HomeQuest. Got it. So guys, there you have it. Any crazy, before you leave, Angel, any crazy story, anything that happened that was crazy. So mine was the raccoon on the roof. I'll tell you real quick. So I went to do a home inspection. The lady was going to buy a house in Short Hills, New Jersey. The house cost, at that time, and I'm talking about 8-9 years ago, it was $2 million, a big house. It was probably over 5,000 square feet, $2 million. She had 8 inspectors. I was one of the inspectors. She had a home inspector. She had a plumber. She had an electrician, a structural engineer. Everybody was there. And when I went to inspect the roof, I started to look around the skylight, and I saw feces around the skylight. I said, wait, what's going on? And then there was another skylight. There's feces around the other skylight. And then all of a sudden, I looked forward, hey! And I saw the raccoon. And then he turned around and he went the other way. So that was my probably crazy moment that I had for a roof inspection. What besides the snake and besides the Sammy the skunk, what other things?
Well, I saw a lot of bats in the attic.
Do you?
Bats, yeah.
A lot of bats.
A lot of bats. And I actually have a story of a lady who called me. I did this inspection years ago, like in April.
Right.
She called me back like in October.
Okay.
September, October, she called me.
6 months after.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Asking me why I didn't go to the attic and tell her that the attic was full of bats.
Batman lives in your attic.
Okay.
Oye, pero Batman está en el attic. ¿Qué está pasando? So what you told?
I said, for real, yeah, yes, you didn't go to my. But she was screaming at me. She was almost screaming. She was mad at me, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
And then the first thing when somebody called me, I opened my report on my site. I start she was talking. I've been checking my report. I've been checking the pictures of the attic inside.
Right.
All the pictures of the attic inside. Because when I'm inside the attic, I take pictures of everywhere to check, to demonstrate that there's leaks or there's no leaks.
Right.
You know, there's insulation or there's no insulation.
Got it.
There's good ventilation. There's not non-ventilation. You know, so she was, you know, screaming at me, and I you know, asked her to please, did you open the report? I can see on my side if somebody opened the report or not. Right. I noticed that she never opened the report. The only people that opened the report was the attorney, not even the realtor. So I asked her to open the report. She opened the report, and I told her go to this section of the attic. Now, can you see the pictures of the attic? There was a silence.
Dun, 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 dun.
Silence. Oh, you did go into the attic. Yes, you can see all the pictures of the attic. Do you see any bats in the attic? Do you see any bats? Look at the insulation. Look at the section of the... Oh, because she was telling the insulation is full of feces.
Oh, of bats.
My insulation, yes. Do you see the insulation? It's completely clean. So it means that after, and I said, why are you calling me now? Oh, because we close in September, at the beginning of September.
Oh.
From April.
Until now.
Means I think something happened in between that time.
Right. Because they get in. From the time of now, she was asking me, why you didn't tell me that there's screens, that the insulation, the gable vents, has been closed. You say closed? No, look at my pictures on the siding. Right.
The vents are open for the insulation, for the ventilation.
Right.
So it means that in between that time,
the bats came in and they closed it.
Somebody closed it.
Wow, the pictures saved you. Pictures saved you. So, guys, I think what I got out of all of this, right, was the 3 main flags. 2, listen, if you're paying for a home inspector to come out to your house, right, read the report. Just don't hear from him. Read it. Go through it.
Yes.
Go through it through like a contract, because there's a lot of stuff. There's also recommendation. We're recommending that a plumber would come out. We're recommending that electrician would come and look at the breaker box. We're looking at that somebody that, in this case, siding that's certified by this type of siding to come out. The part of the client, their due diligence to look through the report that they paid for. And, you know, a home inspection is not $300, $400 anymore, right? It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Yes.
And it's always, the bigger the home, the bigger the price,
exactly, right? Yes.
And, but, Angel, thank you for coming out here and sharing all this knowledge with us, especially for those people in 2024. They're going to buy this house. Get a good home inspector. I recommend Angel. He's recommended me as well. I like to deal with honest people, down to earth, you know, and follow him on _HomeQuest. And guys, don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the campanita. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. Once we get to 3,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away a free cheeseburger. With fries. No, we're giving a free roof, a free GAF roof, and a free James Hardy siding. You know,
wow.
So
nice.
It's definitely, the package there is around $30,000 or more, depending on the size of your home. So we want to do that and thank people for subscribing to our channel. I believe our channel is a channel that's down to earth, and that also you can learn something from it. Keep watching. Hey guys, welcome to another remodel. We are in another remodel. Keep watching, keep watching.